Okay, we're recording. Hey viewers. Okay guys, put the vocabulary workshop book away. This is math. In these days. Alright. Okay, today we are going to learn. Today we're going to learn about how to write equations of circles. Okay? So, the standard equation of a circle, this is the one equation that will actually be given to you on a formula sheet. Yay, you will always have this equation. Okay? It'll be on your formula sheet, it'll be at the top of your test. If it's not, I'll write it on the board for you. Okay? Even though it's not too hard to remember. The standard equation of a circle with center at HK, okay, this is X, Y, and has a radius R, is x minus h squared plus y minus k, quantity squared, equals the radius squared. Okay? So we're going to write the equation of this circle. All we need is the center, h, k, and the radius. And we can write the equation for this circle. Okay? So what's the center?
0, 0.
Okay. So the center is at 0, 0. So that's our h, k. And what's the radius?
2.
You can just count. And you can count to the right, you can count up, you can count left, or you can count down. Either way, we're going to get 2. So the radius is 2. So the equation is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals, what am I going to put there?
2 squared.
Radius squared. So I'll put 2 squared. When we simplify this, it's not going to be written this way. You will see it like this. Okay? There's your equation for the circle. You did an XY chart, okay, and picked a value for x. Let's say we wanted to pick this point right here, 2. Okay, if I put in 2 for x, y would have to be 0. And there we go for the circle. You could pick any point on that circle. That's the equation for this circle. Good? Okay, so I rewrote that at the top there just so we can see it. Okay, so here's the second example. Write a standard equation of a circle with the center at 0, -5, and a radius 3.7. So that's going to be x minus h, this is k, and that's r. X minus
0.
squared plus y,
Minus 5. Or plus 5.
because it's going to be y minus a -5,
So plus 5.
so we'll just write, don't forget the squared, equals, I'm going to write 3.7 squared, but you guys have calculators, so square that for me. Tell me what it is.
13.69.
What'd you say?
13.69.
Any questions? Okay, write the standard equation of a circle with the center at 5, -1, and a point at 1, 2. So let's first of all plot these points. So the center is at 5, -1. And I'm just going to put a C there just so I know that's the center. And a point at 1, 2. So what that means is we have a circle that looks like that. Well, you get the point. This point is on the circle, and that's the center of the circle. So let's see if we can start to write the equation. So that's going to be x minus, now what's h and what's k?
X is 3.
That's the center. So which point are we going to use?
5. 5.
Okay.
Plus 1.
Now, we need the radius. don't have the radius. This is the radius. How
Sweet.
are we going to find the length of that diagonal line? You guys are brilliant.
Pythagorean theorem.
Pythagorean
Okay,
theorem.
Daniel, we already said it.
Pythagorean theorem.
Okay, so that looks like 3, 4. We already know what it is because of Pythagorean triples, but c squared equals 3 squared plus 4 squared, c squared equals 25. Take the square root of both sides.
5.
Radius is 5. So what number goes here?
5.
5 squared.
There you go. That's it. Okay. So if you are not given the radius, sometimes you got to find the radius. Most of the time using Pythagorean theorem. Sometimes you actually have to find the center too. Good times. Yes.
Does it matter if you leave it as 5 squared or 25?
No. But I want you to get used to seeing it both ways because you never know how it's going to look when you're given an equation. Okay. All right. Graph this circle. Now, this graph paper, notice it's counting by 2's. Just keep that in mind. So, what's the center? The center of the circle is at?
2, 3. No, 2 minus 3.
Yeah. And the radius is?
16. 8.
That's 4.
No, 4.
The square root, right? So, counting by 2's. So the center is at 2.
No, we are.
Counting by 2's. I'm just plotting the center. 2, negative 3. So 2, 1 block is 2. 1 box, right? And then negative 3 is 1.5. Okay, so I just plotted the center. So now, to graph the circle, all we're going to use is the radius. The radius is 4. I'm just going to go up 4, down 4, left 4, right 4, put some dots, and then just draw a circle. My application to serve.
Jury duty.
No. Oh, I've always wanted jury duty. No, to serve on the geometry SOL committee. It's been approved. Yay. Doesn't mean I'm on it. But. All right. So now we're going to count up. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. Draw a circle. That's it. My circles always kind of look like eggs, but I'm going to do my best. That's it. Any questions? I know, I should just, next time, just go. Secret phrase. First secret phrase is?
White gum.
John?
White gum.
What's the first secret phrase for our viewers?
White gum.
What is it?
White gum. White gum.
White gum?
Yeah.
I thought that was everyone's least favorite gum. I don't know. Whenever we go and we're picking out the different, the gumballs, my kids will not eat the white ones because they're like minty. Okay, white gum it is.
Oh, that's a jelly.
All right, so what's the center?
The center is
Negative 3, 5.
3, 5.
That's what I said.
It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. What's the radius? Okay. What's the center for this one?
4, 1. 7.
Radius. Okay. Are you okay? All right. Write the standard equation of the circle with the given information. Okay. So what should I do here?
X minus 1 squared.
Dude, stop. And then x. Or
And then y minus 0
minus
squared.
0 squared.
Is it okay if I just write y squared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Equals 3 squared. Or 9.
3 squared.
You can put 3 squared or you can put 9. Either one is fine. I want you to get used to seeing it both ways because you'll see it both ways.
3
More likely you'll see a 9 there because a lot of people will take that 9 and just, to find the radius, cut it in half rather than take the square root. So you got to know what you're doing. All right, what about this one?
This is going to be
X minus 3 plus y plus 2. And then square
Square.
for both of them.
Plus, what'd you say?
Y plus 2 squared.
Don't know the radius. But you have that little piece of graph paper that I gave you.
shut up.
Plot these 2 points. You don't really have to, but I just want you to see it.
Fine.
So 3, -2, and 3, 4.
Okay.
3, -2, and 3.
2.
And you'll notice that this point is, you can just count to find the radius. Here's the center. This is the circle. So the radius is
6. It's 6.
Am I going too fast?
It's 6.
Is everybody okay with
The
the radius?
radius is 6.
The radius is 6.
Good job, White.
Thank you.
So what number goes here?
6 squared. 4, 36.
Okay. They won't all be that easy. Okay, graph this equation. So what's the center?
-2, 3.
And the radius?
So close.
3.
Thank you. All right, so -2. There's your center. I'm going to put a C next to it. The radius, up 3, right 3, left 3, down 3. On the SOL, they'll ask you sometimes to plot 2 points, the center and another point on the line. So, and the computer knows there are options. Okay, so once you plot the center, you could go up 3 and plot your point, or you can go left 3 and plot your point, or you can go right 3 and plot your point. The computer knows it's all right. So then George. Is that a better circle? All right, what's the equation of the circle?
3
First of all,
-2 and radius is 2.
So the center is at, what was it?
3 -2.
And the radius is,
2.
so the equation is, I'm going to write it up here just to make sure.
3 squared. Plus y plus 2 squared equals 4. What?
Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Come on, our viewers are waiting.
Oh, is it the last
What?
thing?
Next
Our
phrase.
viewers are waiting.
Yeah, Camille.
My students next year don't want to have to watch
Next
Oh.
secret
a
phrase.
75-minute video.
Second secret phrase.
Next secret phrase.
That's all they.
All right. I don't really feel like that's school appropriate.
Yeah, it's got alcohol in it.
Can you pick something else?
Make it duct tape.
That's
Duct tape. Love both.
I think that we should not use that one. Pick another one. We have 3 more problems to do.
Oh.
You can give it after this problem.
Education.
All right, ready? Okay. So the next 3 problems are very similar. These are,
yeah.
guys. Okay. I want you to see these problems because this is how this type of problem is going to look on your SOL, and it's all over your SOL. These are old released questions. So I just want you to look at these problems and look at different ways you can approach them. Okay, you still have that sticky note, right? You might need that. Okay. So this problem did not have a piece of graph paper next to it. Okay? So when they released it, it just looked just like this. You have to know, if graphing a circle, it's probably easiest if I take out a piece of graph paper. Okay, so for this one, they tell us circle W, center is at -4, 6, so go ahead and plot that point. That's your center. which point lies on W. Now they give you the answers, so use them. Okay? We need to know which of these points is 10 away from negative 4, 6. So I went ahead and just plotted each of the points. So I'll start with A, 0, 4. Okay? That is definitely not a radius of 10, right? So it is not A. Are you with me? Okay. We don't even need to do Pythagorean theorem on that one. Okay, what about B, 210? 210. Could that be a length of 10? It doesn't look like it to me. Okay, 4, 0. Could that be 10? Maybe. Okay, let's not cross that one off. What about D, 6, 16? I know it's off the grid, but could that be 10?
Could be 10.
Too far.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have two options, okay? So now what you've done is you have a 50% chance of getting this question right without even doing the problem. Okay? So do that on 10 problems, you probably get half of them right. That could be the difference between passing and failing. All right, so we've got these 2 points here. Let's start with 4, 0. Let's see, how are we going to determine if that
Pythagorean
distance
theorem.
is 10? Pythagorean theorem. Brilliant. 6, 8. C squared equals 6 squared plus 8 squared. Now this is the Pythagorean triple.
C squared.
So if you know some of the basic Pythagorean triples, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. C is going to end up being 10. Hey! The radius is 10. C is 10 units away from W.
Oh shoot.
I knew
Done.
It's C.
C it is. Any questions on that?
Oh, honey.
Oh, I have to do it.
Okay.
It's your joke.
This one.
It's actually
Again, this one, if you look at your paper, the way this is written on your paper is without graph paper. This is how it looks on the SOL. This is called a technology enhanced question. It's a drag and drop question. You have to drag the answers and drop them where they go. So let's look at it. Given circle O with diameter CD, C is at -7, -4, and D is at 1, 2. So I plotted those points, and I need you to do the same on your little piece of graph paper. Viewers, you can just use any old sheet of graph paper, but I do want you to plot the points and look at it. Okay, so what they've given us is the diameter of the circle, okay? So they haven't given us the radius. They also haven't given us the center. Both things we need for the equation of a circle.
Hey, missed
But they give us the diameter, so the circle looks like this, okay?
No, that's the diameter.
So,
Wait.
Because it looks it's like
Oh.
it's C.
and what do we have to find the radius. We have to find center. What should we do?
You gotta divide in half.
Divide what? What do we
Find
mean?
out how long it is with the
Equation.
Pythagorean theorem and then divide it in half.
Okay, both you guys are right. So,
Oh shoot.
what do you want to do first?
Dude, let's do.
Find out how long it is.
You want to find out how long the diameter is?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Like that. Same. Hating that happened.
I think this is the same math as the last one.
8,
Yeah, 6, 8,
That's 10.
10.
10.
Okay? So if you did that using Pythagorean theorem, it would be 6 squared plus 8
It's fine.
squared. You end up getting C squared is 100, so C ends up being 10.
Okay, so
And then divide it in half.
Okay,
Wait,
so that means
Radius
the
equals five.
diameter is 10. So what's the radius?
5.
5.
Okay, so I'm going to write that here. Okay. Fabulous.
Oh, chill out. Oh, chill out.
Okay, now we need the center.
Just count down. Or
We could count. Yeah, because this is the diameter. this distance is 6, and this distance is 8. So halfway is 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Halfway is 1, 2, 3.
Boom. It's right there.
-3, -1. Let me write that down. So that's all you need for your equation of a circle. So which one is it, x minus 3 or x plus 3 squared?
Plus 3.
Okay, and then for the y,
Well, plus 1 squared.
Plus 1.
notice the other options they're giving you.
Yeah.
Okay.
something-
It's tricky.
No, no.
And what goes here?
25.
Why do you think there's a 100 here as an option?
Because if you multiply the 10,
Exactly. We found the 10 first, right? We found the length of the diameter. If you take the diameter and square it, you get 100. Okay? And those old people sitting around the table creating this test know that. This is called a distractor. Okay? You got to know your stuff. You know your stuff. Are we done?
No.
One more. Okay. So, last one. Circle O is defined by this equation. Plot the center and the coordinates of one point with integral values. When you see these words, integral values, that just means whole numbers. Okay? It just means nice whole numbers. No decimals. Okay. So, let's plot the center. The center should be at
0,
0,
2,
2. Okay? And now we have to choose one point on the circle. So, how do we get that?
5. The radius is
What's the radius?
5.
So you can choose to go up 5, down 5, left 5, or right 5. And put a point, and that will be your answer. I'm just going to go right 5. On the computer, if you select a point and then you select another point, it will take that other point away. It's only going to allow you to plot 2 points. How are we doing?
Oh, crap.
Is that it? What's the last secret phrase?
Duct
What's the
tape.
second? The second secret phrase, viewers, is duct tape. Thanks for coming out.
Duct tape.
Duct. 400.